I know a lot of you out there are watching Obi-Wan, Miss Marvel, Stranger Things Season 4, The Boys, and you're going, do I need to see another TV series? I'll tell you what, this one, yes, you do. This is one of the best TV series of 2022 thus far, and I'm talking about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. What's up, guys? It's me, Bobby, and we are back talking about this series that has really shocked me. By the way, if you're just joining us here at Geek Culture for the first time, where we review movies and TV shows, tech and gaming, all that great stuff, so do check out our other content as well. With that, no, I'm not paid or sponsored for this video, my thoughts and my thoughts only, but I have absolutely fallen in love with Star Trek Strange New World. It's awesome. It is the DNA of the original series. Of course, it's a prequel set 10 years before the original series. Christopher Pike is the captain before Captain Kirk takes helm of the USS Enterprise. It's a spin-off from Star Trek Discovery Season 2 when you had Christopher Pike, Una Chen Riley, and Spock were in that. They spun it off, filled out the crew, put them on the USS Enterprise here for Strange New Worlds, and they have done a tremendous job. This might be one of the best spin-offs we've ever seen. It is really that good. And I love that it really pays homage to the original. This is the DNA that Gene Roddenberry created. This is his DNA. This is what he wanted out of Star Trek. You know, discovering new species and planets and worlds and all those things, and trying to make the universe a better place and trying to understand different cultures and different worlds, and not just trying to change them. We don't want to do that. And I know a lot of people out there nowadays are, in the social media world, are all very aggressive about, you got to think this way, and if you don't, you're this or that. No, this show just breaks it down to be, we are all accepting, and we may disagree, we may agree, and it's okay to disagree, but we respect one another. And this show brings that message to the forefront, and it's so desperately needed in 2022 with all the bullshit we're seeing online, and this show does it very well. I'm not going to spoil this series for you. I want you to discover it yourself the same way I did. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the cast. That is some of the aspects of the storyline thus far, but let's talk about the visual effects first. The visual effects are some of the best we're seeing on TV right now. The set design is fantastic. They do pay homage to the original series with the props and set design, but of course they have put a spin onto it with modern technology and newer materials to make it look really good and really refreshed, but it looks fantastic. I gotta tell you, they did a really good job with this. I mean, and I watched the behind the scenes. It's on Paramount Plus, by the way, so you can check out those behind the scenes clips where they talk about how they did the special effects, how they're doing the visual effects and the staging and all that. And even the props, how they took the original props from the original series and they modeled the phaser guns off that and their communication devices. They took it from that. Of course, they made it a little bit better as they can, it's so many years after the fact. But there's so much respect for the original series. I mean, I was a big fan of Star Trek, the original series back in the day. Then The Next Generation, then Deep Space Nine. And then I kind of just decided, okay, there's a lot of Star Trek shows out there. I can't keep up with all of them. But then after the recommendation from a friend of mine to watch this, I'm back on board, baby. This is fantastic. All right, let's talk about some of the cast right now. Anson Mount as Captain Christopher Pike. I call him Anson the Hair Mount because he's got some hair that just is up to here, man. They've got a lot of hairspray on the USS Enterprise, and he's using all of it. I think that's why Spock's hair is flat, because it's all used by Captain Christopher Pike. But fantastic in the role. I love the way that he portrays Pike in this. He's got that quick-wittedness. He's got that suaveness as a captain of the USS Enterprise needs to have. He's very encompassing of his crew. He likes to tap on their strengths. He's not a dominating captain. He's authoritative when he needs to be, but he's also accepting of people's differences, but he also tries to make them grow, and you see that in his portrayal, and he does a great job with that. Next, we've got Ethan Peck as Spock. By the way, he's the grandson of Gregory Peck, for those who know. And I love his portrayal of Spock. This is my second favorite outside of Leonard Nimoy, the OG, the best of the best. Of course, he's always trying to figure out this, the difference between his human side and his Vulcan side. And I love how Ethan portrays it. It's refreshing. It's a little bit different. And he does a great job with it. And I don't want to give too much away, but it is a different take on Spock, but at the same time, it's the DNA of Spock. But I really like how he portrays the character. Next, we've got Celia Rose Gooding, who plays Nota Uhura. That's right, Cadet Uhura in The Strange New Worlds, of course, who becomes Uhura, as we know, in the original series, right? Played by Nichelle Nichols. This is a very different take of Uhura as we've seen from the original series. I like it. It's different. And Celia does a great job with this. She is a rookie on the USS Enterprise, so she doesn't have an integral role in this show. There's a couple episodes where she's the focus, and others she's just there for a brief moment. But that's like every character on Star Trek. You know, there's moments they shine, there's moments they don't, but every character has a journey, and the writers do a great job in making every moment those characters are on screen count, and they did a great job with her, and she's great in the role. Next, we've got Babs. I'm going to say his name incorrectly, Ulusanmokun, as Dr. Mbanga, Chief Medical Officer of the USS Enterprise. He's one of my favorite characters. This guy's a fantastic actor. So much gravitas, so much. I mean, when he comes on screen, man, the presence this man has. Holy shit. He's got a great storyline. It is heartbreaking. It's heartwarming. It's going to make you smile. It's going to make you sad. It is beautiful, and how he portrays it. The emotion in this man's eyes. I mean, he's a fantastic actor, and he knocks it out of the park with this. Next, we got Rebecca Romijn, who plays Una Chin Riley, the number 1 to Christopher Pike on the USS Enterprise. Rebecca Romijn, formerly Stamos, who played Mystique in X-Men. The same one, and we know Mystique back in X-Men back in the day. Oh, yeah. And she's cool. I didn't recognize her from the beginning of the show because her hair is dyed dark brown. And a very different persona in this. She's very good as the number 1. And I don't want to give too much away of her character, but very interesting thus far. And I'm looking to see what they do with her character. They've shown some interesting sides to her, but more is going to come. We're only in 6 episodes thus far at the time of this recording. And there's up to 10 this season, and season 2 coming in 2023. So looking forward to seeing where they're taking that character. Next, we got Christina Chong, who plays Laan Noonien Singh. And if you recognize that name, Noonien Singh, that is Khan Noonien Singh. She is a descendant of Khan. But she's the chief of security on the USS Enterprise, but she is a good person. She's not like Khan. She's a good person. And I like what Christina's doing with the character. Very focused, very serious thus far. She's all about her job. She wants to be the best security officer the USS Enterprise has ever seen, or at least that's how they portray her to be. But she has some very interesting moments in the series thus far, especially with Spock. I don't want to give too much away, but there are some really great moments with her character, and I'm excited to see where they take her. Next, we got Jess Bush, who plays Christine Chapel, and she is a medical officer in sickbay. And Christine Chapel we did see in the original series briefly. Jess Bush has kind of taken this role into her own right, and she's one of the standouts, man. A lot of people are liking her. I mean, she's pretty easy on the eyes, guys. Jess is a beautiful woman, great actress as well. And a lot of people are liking what they're doing with her character. And interesting. I don't want to say too much, but there's some interesting things. And I'm seeing some sparks fly with another integral character on the USS Enterprise. I don't want to say who, but it's not Pike. It's not Pike. It's somebody else you might not expect. Anyway, let's see how that unfolds as the series progresses. Next, we've got Melissa Navia, who plays Erica Ortegas, the Enterprise's helmsman. And so far, her character, they are diving into some aspects of her character. I don't want to give too much away on this, but she's a pretty good pilot. Knows how to shoot some photon torpedoes out there. Pretty badass in many ways. I'm excited to see where they take her character. We haven't seen that much of her in terms of character development thus far, up to episode 6. There has been some minor development, but she's fun to watch, and she's really good at the role, so looking forward to see what she does with it. And last but not least, I mean, there's a lot of characters in this show, but I'm just kind of talking about the top line ones here. Bruce Horak, who plays Hemmer, the Enterprise's chief engineer. He is an Anar, who is an albino subspecies of the Andorians. I'm not too familiar with that species, but some of you out there may know them more so than I. His character does look familiar from what I've seen from previous Star Trek episodes out there. But yeah, he's very cool, very serious, very focused on being chief engineer. This guy doesn't mess around, and don't mess around with his area of the USS Enterprise, because he will get very upset. He takes his job seriously, but there's some nice growth to his character that we're seeing thus far. But he hasn't been in all the episodes from what I remember, but he's in a lot of them. But I'm excited to see where they take him, because he's very cool, and I like what they're doing with him. Anyway, those are some of the main characters of the USS Enterprise thus far. There's a lot of others out there. And what I love about the series, as I mentioned, is that Pike brings all these characters together, and he focuses on their strengths. He helps build them up, and I like how this series is very intelligently written. It is it doesn't dumb anything down. And I like how they are trying to reshape Star Trek in a way that is very much, as I said, the essence of Roddenberry's, original series out there. And, it's kind of bringing it back to the basics. And I kind of like that they're doing that, because that was a Star Trek I fell in love with. And I think a lot of you have as well. And that's why I think Star Trek Strange New Worlds is one of the best TV series on right now. This is one of my favorite shows thus far, 2022. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is this a series you're looking to check out? Have you seen it? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Who is your favorite character in Strange New Worlds? I'd love to hear from you with that. Like always, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. Be safe out there, and I'll chat to you soon. Take care.